Hello everybody, I'm Russell Hayes with Keller Williams Realty here in Carmel, California, and we're excited to have with us Sally Tuttle, who's been an agent for how long? We've been with us now, Sally?
I've been here since 2009.
2009, so just about 3 years I want to say. Fantastic. Well, thank you for joining us today. We're here to talk with Sally about her experience with eEdge. And if you would tell us early on in your real estate career, you had like life prior to eEdge and then life with eEdge. Tell us a little bit about what happened prior to eEdge and your experience with lead generation.
Okay, sure. I started using Market Leader before Keller Williams bought into it. So
That's right.
I adopted it early on, and probably maybe within the first year of getting into real estate. And before being a new agent, I really didn't know much about lead generation and how to go about it. So it was pretty disorganized, scattered approach to lead generation. Then I was contacted by a Market Leader, and they sounded like a really good program, so I gave them a try. And it really turned out useful. I was impressed because I had tried other lead generation, companies, and some of them really just don't produce leads at all. It's really poor, and Market Leader proved to be very good. So I was happy with what they did. And we moved along, and I kept using them, and I was getting leads here and there, and then Keller Williams adopted them, and then it turned into eEdge, and then we started with a much more organized kind of method with the campaigns and a lot more training and a lot more webinars and everything, so that people become very comfortable with how to use the product. And since then, I've just kept using it, and I have always been a Market Leader Pro. And recently I did sign up for one of the pay-per-click programs so that I could generate leads that way, just to test it out and see how that works. At this point in time, I have over 400 leads that have come from just online. There's been absolutely no mailing or any other method at all, just online. This year, in 2012, I've closed 4 transactions that were an absolute result of Market Leader.
Fantastic.
So it's been really productive for me. I'm very happy with it. I love their training programs. They have, like I mentioned, they have webinars all the time. Every Wednesday they have Market Leader Pro, which goes over just really great tips and topics and new things they might be bringing out. And it's amazing to me. I think, oh, I probably already heard it, or I know it, or whatever. And then there will be something new. And they constantly keep changing it and making it better every week, every month. So
Okay.
Good.
Now, would you consider yourself a very techie type person, or explain to us how easy is this program to use?
It is very easy. I like online marketing already, so I'm very prone to that, and I think that it's a good thing to do, and I think that at this day and age it's a really important thing for us to embrace. But as far as being super tech, like writing HTML code and all that kind of stuff, I'm not. And they make it very, very easy. And if you have any questions about how to apply something, you can call them, and the person will walk you through it.
Okay. Give us an example of some of the leads that have been generated, and do they supply their email address or phone number, or how do they contact you?
Yeah, well, actually, it's really easy. I just get a text on my phone, and then it'll pop up that there's been a lead. And this morning, I received one person already, and yesterday I think I probably got 2. Someday they'll go in spurts. There'll be a lot more, and then there will be a week or so with nothing. Okay. So you'll get a text saying that you have someone has gone on your website and signed up, and sometimes they don't put a phone number down. They have to put an email address, or they can't be listed. Then you might get a second text where they've actually added a phone number. And then what goes out at that moment, the very first time after they've signed up on your website, is there is an auto email response that goes right out to them introducing me, that I'm a real person, that I'm right here to answer their questions. It's very friendly, conversational kind of email. And then they encourage them to set up an alert. The auto email will encourage them to set up an email alert, which means get in there and look for a listing group of properties and certain things so that they can constantly be alerted. Now the key at this point in time is for me, the user, to go on and take that person and put them on a campaign. So I directly put them on an 8x8 campaign immediately.
Ah, fantastic.
Then I need to keep track of them and see when that expires and move them to 33 touch after that.
So you're using both of those.
Yes.
And now would you say you're building your database and you've got now over 400?
Right. Exactly.
That is just fantastic.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's been very easy and comfortable. You do get people who aren't authentic and they sign up
Okay.
and they'll say some hokey name and give you
Okay.
that email address and a phone number that doesn't work. But it's minor. It is really minor. In the past, when I mentioned I'd used other lead generation companies, it was like every lead was hokey. I mean, they really didn't screen, and there was no real, it seemed like what you were getting was not real. So.
Okay. And then how do you handle the response time when you get that text or that email that somebody's logged in?
Well, if
How soon do you try and contact them?
If they have a phone number, I contact them right away. And
Okay.
many times they don't give a phone number, so that you don't have that access. But since they've signed up with their email, you have, at the moment that they signed up, right away, a response has been sent out from Market Leader that's saying, introducing you. So you've already responded to them before you probably even look at the text.
Okay.
And so then the key there is, what I like to do at that point in time is keep my eye on them, and that you can see on your dashboard of Market Leader who's been on your website, who's looking, and you can keep track of people and how frequently they visit. And if somebody's really visiting a lot, I really like to, if I don't have a phone number yet, I still like to email them and just check in with them to see how they're doing, and if I'm providing them with the information that they need, to see if I can get something more connected with them.
Okay. One last question.
Sure.
And that is basically your recommendation to newer agents and to experienced agents even on the value that you've experienced with eEdge, and especially the marketing
Right.
component of eEdge.
Well, for me, I think that the only thing I can say is how it changed me is marketing when I first came into real estate was a real three-ring circus. I mean, you could buy print ad, you could mail out postcards, you could join groups and network and all this stuff.
You could spend a lot of money and time, right?
You can, and you run it around like a crazy person.
Yeah.
It's just really hard to keep focused. So when I came across Market Leader and eEdge, I felt confident that I was getting something that I could put a lot of focus in, and that it just fit with me a lot, because I believe in the whole online marketing. I think that's a very strong area. We should be there. And I do feel that the buyers are looking online first right now, and so it's a really good way to connect with them. So as far as addressing it for new agents, I think that I can only look back at myself as a new agent and remember how crazy it felt learning real estate terms and learning how to deal with the forms and learning all this stuff.
A lot to take in.
Yeah, a lot to take in. And this kind of marketing here was very helpful to me. And that helped a lot to not feel like I was, trying to do a million things at one time.
Very good. Well, thank you for your time, Sally. And I want to encourage everybody to check out this eEdge, utilize the 8x8, the 33 touches, and build your database. All right, thank you.
Thanks.